What's up guys, and welcome to another video. The European travels continue, and this time we are back in Ibiza, one of my favorite islands, staying at this absolutely incredible location overlooking the sea in Escubels, staying at a 7-bedroom villa. Absolutely outrageous. So let's very quickly go through the house tour, get it out the way. First of all, we have the views. Let's not sleep on how good the views are. We have one terrace, we have a second terrace, we have a third terrace, we have a huge pool, we've got a gaming area, we've got sauna, steam room, shower, hot tub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bedrooms, cinema room, lounge area, dining area, sofa, crazy view, another chill out area with the views, a pretty decent home gym, and last but not least, a nightclub. So a pretty impressive villa. We also have a private chef. However, there is one downside, and that is that this villa is literally located in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing around us. So to pretty much go anywhere, it takes about 20-25 minutes, which is a slight inconvenience. We do have a driver, but only one driver. So I want to get a car. So I'm gonna go into the old town, pick up a car, and then I'm gonna head up to the beach, chill, and then meet up with everybody later on. Sheesh. That was a 9 out of 10 for execution, well done.
Thank you.
Every time I drive this car, I think to myself, oh, I'd really like one of these when I go to Dubai. But then I realize this is probably not one of the most practical ones to be driving on a highway. Even when I get some speed up here, the car is very loud purely because the tires are just not suited for driving on highways. But off-road, my God, it is very good. And when you're driving around this island, there's certainly a lot of roads which are very questionable. I wouldn't even call them roads. I'd call them rocky paths. So nice cars here are pretty pointless. I've seen some rental companies renting out Lamborghinis, but that's just literally one of the worst cars you can have on this island. Absolutely unnecessary. So G-Wagons and Jeeps, Land Rovers, Range Rovers, they're the cars you want on this island. So touchdown John Dal. For those people who don't know where it is, what it's about, it is probably one of the places to be over the summertime. In fact, during the summertime it's so busy it's pretty impossible to get a reservation. But right now it's pretty chilled. Blue Marlin is literally over there. If you're wondering where the location is, if you don't know where Blue Marlin is, then you're gonna have to Google it. So I got myself a coffee and a water. Let's try the coffee. No doubt it'll probably be like 15 euros. Oh, that is not very good. But that's to be expected. So, food choices, as always, with a lot of beach clubs, it's quite limited when you're trying to keep it clean. We don't really have much pure protein, it's just like fried bread, fatty goodness. So I'm going to try and keep it clean. I'm going to go for the lamb because it's literally just meat, and then I'm going to go for a green salad. That's going to set me back 44 euros. Only 44 euros, bargain really. And that's probably going to tie me over because there's not really a whole lot else which is super macro friendly. So it is what it is. Look at the views, mate, look at the views. Look at the state of that cliff. Look at that exposed sedimentary rock doing absolute bits. It's one of the reasons I love this island, because it has so many different things to offer. I have obviously come here in the past and had some very wild times, but I've also come here and done the absolute opposite. Like this trip, I'm not going to be going to any parties, I'm just going to be chilling out and basking in the vibes and the nature and reflecting upon my life and planning future movements. Of course, I had to swing by the old stomping ground. For those that don't know, I used to live here back in the summer of 2020, 2021. Ibiza Royal Suites. I had a little spot there. It was an interesting summer, put it that way. I would say for sure I was quite lost at that point in time, particularly the summer of 2021. Didn't really know what was going on in my life, and to be honest with you, I could have done with speaking with a professional or a couple of professionals. I didn't have the friendship group which I had now, and I didn't have the network which I have now. And I'm sure quite a lot of people are in a similar situation to me, struggling with some issues, whether it might be business, family, relationships, money, anxiety, whatever it might be. We do live in a crazy world, and sometimes we can do with some guidance to help navigate through it. I'm sure so many of us feel put off by the stigma associated with going to a therapist, or struggling to find one that's actually certified and knows what they're talking about and has experience under their belt. And that's why I'm happy to be sharing resources like BetterHelp with you guys, with this video is in a paid partnership with. When you're feeling down, depressed, and feeling like you've got nobody to turn to, the last thing you need is feeling as though there's something that's going to get in the way of you reaching out for help. BetterHelp can help you in many ways. All you need to do is just go over to the website, fill in a brief questionnaire, and they'll match you with one of their therapists based on your specific needs. Every single one of their therapists is licensed, has a master's or doctorate degree, and has spent over 3 years and has 1,000 hours working with people just like you. And if you ever feel like the therapist isn't quite the right fit for you, or you just feel like you may be better off speaking to somebody else, you can always switch over to another therapist at no extra cost. So if you're struggling, you do not have to go through it alone. Just go over to betterhelp.com/Mike Thurston, or select Mike Thurston at sign up for a special discount off your first month of therapy. Anyway, enough of that. Let's crack on with the video. We are going to go check out Esvedra. The boys are adamant about going to see the island up close and personal, so we're going to go get a boat, head over there, and maybe if we're lucky we'll go to Formentera as well.
Like, look where we are right now, guys.
This road is definitely not for a McLaren.
And my McLaren's already in the shop too, which is the worst part. I'm giving it away though.
Why?
Because I don't like it.
Why?
I don't know. It's like you feel every single like little dent on the road.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable car.
Like if I'm touring Europe, I get why people would tour in a supercar. But I would kind of maybe just use a Range Rover, bro.
Thoughts on Ibiza so far?
Ibiza, ladies and gentlemen, good vibes, good food. Less than 50,000 citizens actually live in this region, which is nice. What I also like is usually when you go to small towns, you don't have a ton of fancy things that you can do. Here, it's pretty much like a small town kind of vibe, but then there's a lot of life.
You have a
and
lot
experiences.
There's a lot of options.
Beautiful water. Right now we're actually headed to some sort of, it's like a little island rock thing that's off the coast.
Yeah, Esvedra. Going to Esvedra. Luke cannot leave the island without checking out Esvedra.
So this is day 2 with the boat. We got a boat the other day. We're getting a second boat, and it's about living life to the fullest. Mike was supposed to take a call. He's supposed to take a call in like 20 minutes, and he's sitting on the couch, and I'm like, Mike, just take it from the boat. Like a Wolf of Wall Street motherfucker. And he's like, I already lived that life. And I'm like, okay, respect, I get it.
We are back once again in Formentera with the bluest water known to man. Absolutely fantastic. Last year I had the large vessel because that was the one that could fit 30 people on, but it's only a small group for us today, so we've got a nippy little one. It's a nippy little one.
Deep, yeah?
It's deep enough.
Or is it fake deep?
No, it's deep enough.
Okay, I got this.
Oh, that was that was good enough.
Oh, it's quite nice.
circle of Esvedra. That is the closest I've ever been to going to that magnificent rock, and I highly recommend you do it because it is absolutely breathtaking, otherworldly, should I say. Luke is KO'd.
You eventually die, Mike. You eventually die.
That's why I'm living life. Let's go! Chest and back with Arab. Just a lat pull down. Now we're going to do incline press.
Yeah, baby!
Look at that!
We get there!
The foundation is there. It's just the body fat. We do what we can with the equipment available. We can do some pull downs, some rowing. Dumbbells go up to 30. It's okay. Of course, the gym was getting hit up on almost a daily basis. It was absolutely mandatory because the chef was providing us with so many delights. He was literally baking banana bread every day, so I certainly had to burn some calories. Even though we had a home gym, it did get a little bit boring after a while. So every so often I would mix it up and head into the old town to make use of some more equipment. Right then, time to hit up the gym. We're going to VIP gym, or VIP gym. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. We're walking there today. Why are we walking? We've got a car, Mike. Why don't you just take the car? Well, first of all, parking in the old town is a disaster, especially if you've got a big whip. And second of all, I want to get my steps in. It's about a 25-minute walk. It's very pleasant. It's not too hot. And we're basking in the scenes of the Ibiza old town, just looking around, looking at the people, taking in the sights, absorbing the culture, the Spanish vibes. They've been greatly missed. So I've been coming to the gym for the past couple of years. One of the best things about it is every year that I come, they keep making improvements, which is great. It's either expanded or they've added new pieces of machine. Oh, lost your blocks there, pal. As I was saying, they keep adding new machines, so that is really good. Probably one of the best gyms on the island in terms of machine diversity. So today's session is straight out of the Thirst app. If you don't know, get to know. Doing hip thrust to begin with. By the way, may I say, this piece of apparatus is unbelievable for hip thrusts. First of all, it's really convenient when you're loading up the bar, but second of all, I feel this on my glutes so well. When I try and do this on the Smith machine, or if I do it with a free weight bar on a bench, it's just not as good, and the bench keeps sliding backwards. So this should be mandatory in every single gym. Please sort it out. Next, we're doing glute ham raise. Again, a very important piece of equipment. Great for the posterior chain and for your hamstrings. If you struggle with this one, you can always use the bars out in front of you just to push yourself up if it's too difficult, but a great exercise. Next, doing hack squat because the lower back is pretty fried. So this is a quad focused one. Really going to smash this as hard as I possibly can do. And then finishing off the session with Romanian deadlifts. Forgot my straps, so can't go super heavy today. So I'm just going nice and slowly, trying to place as much tension on the hamstrings. And there we go. 1 hour done and dusted. I have 4 other gyms that I would recommend going to, which I hit up on a fairly regular basis. I'm all about variety, so here goes. Second one would be Nirvana Gym. It's pretty iconic. It's the one that's located on the beach. Half indoor, half outdoor. The equipment is battered, to be honest. It's a bit dirty and grimy, but I guess it kind of adds to the character. The owner ain't going to be replacing anything anytime soon, but it's a cool spot to go and train if you are living and playing in Boston and you just want to get a good shot by the beach, training outside. It's a good vibe, but probably a little bit too hot in the summertime, in July and August. Next one, Holiday Gym. This one is quite good if you want to train in a dark, dingy type of gym with some good air conditioning. So if you're on a massive come down and you don't want to speak to anyone, that's a decent gym to go to. Equipment is fairly good. There is a small outdoor area. Again, it's not like wow, it's very average, but it's better than nothing. So might as well check it out if you are looking for something new. Third one, BeFit. This is like a leisure club. It reminds me of David Lloyd. It's quite a big facility, but it's not got the best range of equipment when it comes to resistance training. It tends to be quite busy. It's very overpriced, but the big attraction to it is certainly the outdoor CrossFit area. That's very cool. They've also got like a outdoor swimming pool as well, and a track and a good cafe. So if you want to spank a little bit of money, that could be a good one to go to. I feel like a lot of the residents of the island go to that one. Next one is a place called Ben's Gym. Now this is fairly unheard of. It's only a year old. It's a small little facility in the marina, but the aesthetics are 10 out of 10. And despite its size, the equipment is fairly decent. So you can have a good workout there. And it is very convenient if you are actually staying in the marina. It doesn't really get too busy because it's priced at a point which isn't going to obviously attract a lot of people. It's fairly expensive, but again, it's just a nice gym. It's something different. So they would be my top 5, which I would go to on a regular basis. You're telling me I need to get into meme coins?
Meme coins are like Zimbabwe dollars. They're not real.
They're not real.
But then you can materialize them into real things like houses and gold and $50,000 a week villas in Ibiza. It's real.
By the way, imagine if I was just making these vlogs and I started talking about coins and crypto. Would that make any sense to you guys?
But here's the thing. Here's what the audience needs to understand is the evolution of man. You can't be boxed up by the limitations of other people. Have you heard the story of the fleas?
No.
So there was this experiment that was conducted, and scientists basically put fleas in a jar. And the fleas basically learned to only jump as high as the limit that was set by the jar. Then the scientist opened up the lid, and once again, the fleas would not jump outside of the jar because they were conditioned by the lid. Mm-hmm. The crazy part, and this is where it gets insane, is that when these fleas reproduced, their babies adopted the same limitations and with no lid would not jump out of the jar, even though they had never experienced a jar in the first place. Mental limitations. So once you break free from the mental limitations, you can become a new person. You can become a finance bro if you want to. You're already jacked, you're already shredded, might as well fucking be worth $1 billion, huh?
Brett coin, you trading Brett coin? I'm trading Brett coin, bro.
Is that what you're doing?
Are you still in fiat?
So funny, bro.
It's time to evolve. It is time to evolve.
Yeah, why not get to the next phase, bro? Why not get to the next level?
Yeah.
I need to get shredded. That's my next endeavor.
Yeah.
I used to be shredded, but then I started traveling too much.
Like muscle too?
Yeah.
Look at that. That is a pretty epic view to be waking up to. And I'm going to be waking up to that every day for the next 6 days. Anyway, now, after an amazing day, we are going to head over to Six Pines Resort. Now, the reason we're going there is because Raoul, one of the guys I'm staying with and one of the guys who's been on our podcast, who is an absolute beast, by the way. The man does not stop working. He is throwing an event today for his marketing agency, and he's asked me and Luke and one of the other guys to do a little bit of a Q&A. So yeah, never thought that I would be coming to Ibiza and doing something like this, but the times are changing, the man is maturing, and it's funny just thinking back to the days when I would come here with, let's just say, a different type of friendship group, and different things were happening. Whereas the guys I'm staying with at the moment, I think pretty much all of them are worth like 8 figures. So yeah, I'm going to be learning a few things this week, put it that way. So let's head over to Six Pines and get the Q&A out of the way. So that was pretty successful. Luke, by the way, absolutely went on one. The man is a master yapper, but at least he's yapping about good stuff that's relevant. And that was cool. Shout out to Raoul for letting me speak, and hopefully the people who were there attending got some benefit from some wisdom which I spread. Anyway, we are at the airport now. I'm going to pick up one more guest, and then yeah, I'm going to end the vlog here, to be honest, because it's actually a big pain in the ass, me trying to vlog for myself. I really do miss my cameraman following me around, holding the camera. So I want to be present and enjoy this week as much as possible and not have to stress about YouTube. So I hope you've enjoyed this little taster of what I'm up to this week. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.